Welcome back. This segment is sponsored by the law offices of David L. Carrier. Joining us now is our elder law and estate planning expert, David Carrier, along with his multitude of toys that are not really toys.
These aren't
but
toys.
are demonstration pieces.
Visual aids.
Visual aids.
Visual aids.
Certainly not Smurfs and
we
Godzilla.
We all need aids, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We all need aids of some kind. All right. Perfect.
Well, not that kind of aids.
Well, not that kind of aids. No.
But helpful things.
Helpful things.
Illustrative things.
Exactly. All right, so you very often you get different questions from people that have questions about things.
Sure.
One of the questions that we want to start with is something about Medicaid.
Right.
So will Medicaid take your parents' house to pay for nursing home care after she passes away? Say she has some bills left over.
Right.
How does that happen?
Well, here's the way it goes. If when you run out of money, I mean that was the email question that we got. If you run out of money and mom's on the Medicaid, will they come after mom's house?
Right. Will they take her belongings?
They
and
will.
They own?
Right. Now, so here's our illustration.
Okay.
See, here's mom.
Okay. Long flowy hair.
There she is, yeah. Well, you know, that's the problem with Smurfette. You really can't tell how old she is.
Right.
But she's older, okay?
She's timeless.
And timeless, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And she has a house, right? That's the house.
Okay.
And the question is, will the house get to the kids after mom passes? And the answer is maybe. Because if she does go on the Medicaid, and the house goes through probate.
Okay, right, because we know the difference between probate and making a trust.
Exactly right. And that's where this guy lives. He lives in probate. Now, the way Medicaid is set up, if your house is in the trust, now it counts like it was cash. And you say, well, wait a second, it's not cash, it's a house. Right. But if it's in the trust, it counts like it was cash. So now what do? And the answer is there's things we can do. We can deed the house into the trust, but the deed only takes effect at death. But if you go through probate, that's where this guy shows up. And this is what's going to, you know, kind of glom onto and get mom's house. So if you want to preserve mom's house against the Medicaid, you've got to make sure you avoid probate. Many ways of doing that. And there is no, you know, sometimes people say, well, do I need a trust? Do I need a will? Do I need a ladybird deed? What do I need? You know, which of these things do I need? And the answer is you don't really need any of those. What you need to do is figure out what's our family situation. What assets do we have to worry about? What are the things we're going to confront? And then we figure out which tools are appropriate, because that's all a deed is. It's a tool, and a will is a tool. But, now you ready for this? This is very dramatic. And I know you're a superhero fan.
I am, yes.
Okay, so when you figure it out, you want to zoom in right here. Are you ready for this? This is an action shot, right? When you figure out what to do correctly, well, up here, I said. Yeah. See, then you biff the guy in the nose.
Okay.
See, you're biffing the state recovery right there.
Right.
See how that works? That's you know, and then that way the house will get to the kids. Whoops, sorry, Superman.
Make Superman stand up now.
No kryptonite involved. But that's how it works. You really have to, you do have to plan ahead. There is no one size fits all.
It really is based on your family and what you need to go to where and a situation and health of everyone involved. And
yeah, you're exactly right. It's just like that. It's what are we trying to accomplish? What do we have? Who are the players? You know, in some families, solutions work because everybody gets along. Well, you can't use those solutions, the same solutions. You can't use them in a family where nobody gets along. If the house is $1 million, different solution than if the house is $100,000.
Right.
Solutions for both, you know, but
depending on the family.
Depending on the family. And you know, sometimes you have, it's not an asset thing, lots of times. You know, people with the same amount of assets, whether it's a lot or a little, it depends, what is the circumstances? What is the health like? What is the family? You know, are people getting along? You know, that's really where the rubber hits the road.
You mentioned something called a ladybird deed. What is a ladybird deed?
Yeah, ladybird deed, it's sort of the flavor of the month. And it's a deed that transfers property after someone dies.
Ah, okay.
Okay, it looks like a regular deed, but it says, oh, and by the way, if I want to give it to somebody else in the meantime, before I die, I can do it. Very popular because they are Medicaid friendly, they avoid probate, you stay in control. The only problem is, and you got to be looking down the road here a little bit, in 48 other states, except for Pennsylvania and Michigan, the ladybird deed doesn't work because as soon as, you know, right here in Michigan, this guy doesn't come out, he doesn't glom onto stuff till after you've died, and they go through probate.
Right.
In other states, most other states, the lien attaches right now.
All right, sounds good. We've got more upcoming Life Plan workshops scheduled. You can find those online.